Coming to our campus. My name is Megan. I just have a question about something that you said. You state that American people come first and foremost, American values, American virtues, but you openly support platforms that take away trans people rights and openly do not agree with the fact that men can become women, women can become men.
So number one, that's not taking away anyone's rights, that's a recognition of reality. And also 2 + 2 = 4 is not a reversal of anybody's rights. Like anybody's opinion of what they are that runs counter to the actual facts of the situation, you have a right to say what you want to say, but you certainly do not have a right to demand that everybody else say it with you. And that's you want to talk about a violation of First Amendment rights or a violation of basic American rights, trying to use the power of government, as so many people on the left have, to force everybody to say things are false in the name of your personal comfort. That's a violation of rights.
But to force people to do something for your own personal comfort doesn't infringe the same amount of rights?
What am I forcing you to do? Or anybody else who's trans?
Not be who they feel that they should be. They're not telling you.
No, I mean, you can be anything you want to be. I mean, but you can't be, let's put it this way. You can think whatever you want to think about yourself. You can't be anything you want to be. You can't be Napoleon, you can't be Jesus, and you can't be a member of the opposite sex. I mean, the facts of life are the facts of life. And declaring that everyone else should simply go along with what is in fact a counterfactual statement, a delusion, that's a violation of everybody else's rights. So the idea that you get to project onto everybody else your perception of self is so wild and bizarre a suggestion that it erodes the basic standard of truth and fact that is literally the basic for any even human conversation to take place. If we can't even tell what words mean anymore, if the only perception that matters is my own, that is the essence of narcissism. It's just you in a mirror looking at yourself and then demanding that everybody else say about you what you wish to say about yourself. That's not reality. And by the way, it's not even kind to you, because it turns out that one of the realities of life is that you will live a happier and better life if you understand and agree with reality rather than fighting it. Reality always wins. Whether you like it or not, reality always wins.
So in the same way that I guess people kind of have to accept that they won't be accepted, you're taking it.
It's not about being accepted. It's about you have to accept. Let's say if you're a male and you believe that you're a female, or you're a female and you believe that you're a male, you're going to have to accept the baseline reality that what you think is false about you. Okay, if I think that I'm an amazing basketball player, no matter how strongly I think it, it's not true. And it's going to be, I can think that as much as I want to think it. And the minute I get on the basketball court and I put up a jumper that gets blocked by some dude who's 6'5", right, then everybody's going to realize I just wasn't that good at basketball. And no matter what I thought about myself, I still wasn't good at basketball. That's a reality.
Do you think it's fair for the government to take those rights away?
Again, you haven't defined even what the right is that you're talking about. You do not have a right to dictate to me what I think of you. And you certainly do not have a right to dictate to me what I think about reality, especially when what I think reflects reality and what you think does not.
I'm not trying to convince you of anything. It's kind of like the government's trying to tell the people that they can't do something.
You can do what you want to do. You just can't dictate to anyone else what they do about it. That's how human relations work.
How come you can do the same thing?
I don't even understand the question. I'm not doing the same thing. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm literally not forcing you to do anything. I'm telling you to leave me alone.
So I'm going to be putting some assumptions into my reaction to this video here. First assumption is, person mentioned, name was Megan. So I'm assuming identifying as a female. So there's that. Second thing, out of all of these different videos that are out there, this is the first time that I can actually say the conversation was civil. I'm not exactly sure what this person was trying to get at, other than I think she was trying to say that his rights weren't being affirmed by other people. And Ben kept countering, saying that, you have a right to believe whatever it is that you want to believe. You can believe to be anything, but that doesn't make it incumbent upon that I or the rest of the world have to believe that what you believe is true. And basically, Ben said, reality always wins. I'd add to that, science always wins. Biology always wins. Okay? Life always wins. And when Ben ended it basically with, all I'm asking you to do is leave me alone, I think he spoke for a vast majority of people. You want to believe that you're a woman and you're really a man, but now you believe you're a woman, or you're a woman and you now really believe you're a man, or whatever it is that you want to believe, go ahead, believe it. Do whatever you want. But stop trying to force other people into believing your out of reality, out of touch belief, to try to make government force people to use words to reaffirm or to confirm the delusion that you have. That's basic. And as Ben said, just leave us alone. But that's not what they're doing. The transgender movement is trying to take a delusional aspect, which they have now tried to force into the public sphere, and basically have trying to relegate that into a completely altered reality, to say that this altered reality is what you should assume to be reality, and reality should be basically thrown out. Now let's take a look at some of the comments that were here, folks. I think they're very, very telling. So here's this one. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm telling you to leave me alone. Best line of the ridiculous conversation. Yeah, I agree. Lights were on, but nobody home. It says that poor thing really needed a dad like Ben. And this is true. I have yet to hear anyone articulate exactly what these supposed rights are that they're lacking and fighting for. Reality always wins. As I said too, science always wins. Biology always wins. Life always wins. So he's saying, so if you openly do not agree that men can become women, you have taken away that person's rights. When people get used to preferential treatment, equal treatment feels like discrimination. Another one says, when Riley Gaines was forced to take shelter in a closet while a violent mob tried to, basically attack her, was that just them defending their rights? And this is so true, folks. The narcissism that these people display. And sometimes they don't even, I think in many cases, I don't think they realize the form of narcissism that they are actually emoting in their argument. I don't think they have any absolute clue. They truly, for whatever reason, have been, you want to call it brainwashed, or they've just been, just inundated with whatever, false reality that's around them. Also, basically by other people within their sphere of influence that have told them that everything that they are believing, even though it is contrary to reality, those people that are around them, friends, family members, colleagues, others, rather than trying to upset the apple cart, so to speak, just go along with the delusion, go along with whatever the person is saying, for fear of maybe losing the friendship, or for fear of, being attacked, or for fear of being name called, and they just go along with it, which is the worst thing that can be done, because it just reinforces whatever that person's, delusional, self-importance or self-worth is just completely, reinforced over and over and over again, to the point where either they have been narcissistic from the beginning, or they are now narcissistic in the sense that they only are thinking of themselves and nobody else at all. So, and a definition woman, an adult human female, what's so hard to understand? And then this person basically says here, this individual clearly doesn't understand what the government is and is not doing. They don't actually know their rights. And again, I'm telling you to leave me alone. Absolutely priceless. Anyways, folks, that's just sort of, when you take it down to this point here, you just have to basically say that at least this person was civil, really did raise his voice, inflection tone was, he was asking questions of Ben. And so I just want to think this person just really is thoroughly, confused, obviously in aspects of gender, and obviously confused in terms of what rights really are that have not been afforded to him or her, whatever that case may be. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. I'm your host. My name is Dr. Nasser. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow. Y'all know what to do. Take a look at our video links that have popped up here in front of you. We have so many more on our YouTube channel. My final thought is always, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.